Have you ever wondered why some of those people out there that are running lawn care businesses have repeat customers? Why they always seem to have business and they don't have to worry about getting customers at all? See, that's one of the biggest struggles you're going to have when you first start your lawn care business. But like I say, we're showing you what really goes on behind the scenes of lawn care and letting you know what the struggle is like when you're starting a lawn care business. Let you know that it's not always going to be easy, but we're going to give you some answers too. We're going to let you know how we go about getting repeat customers, having a process that always makes sure that when this time of year comes around, we're going to be working. So let's jump onto it. Let's get into it rather, and show you guys how it really goes down. Let's go. So let's talk about the 20 years of customer relationship building experience that I have with working with AT&T, one of the world's leading wireless carriers. Okay, and if you know anything about that company, they do a great job at building relationships with their customers. That's the key point. And so that's what I'm gonna try to do, is show you guys how you can develop that in your business, right? And in your lawn care business, right? There's a process that you can follow in order to make sure that you're successful and maintain the relationship that you need to have with your customers on a yearly basis, because we are a seasonal business. So sometimes, you know, in the fall we lose track of customers. We also tend to get rid of a lot of customers. So it's time to purge and merge customers and things like that. Get our money right, you know what I mean? So let's talk about that process. Look, the majority of the interactions that you're going to have, guys, are going to be about first impressions. First impressions are going to be a big deal, but there's definitely a process that you can go through in order to make sure that you're in a good space and place when it comes to getting new clients. The first step you're going to want to take is their first impression. So we got to make sure when we're meeting new customers that we're out there smiling and greeting them. Again, like we always say, when this customer is coming to you, they actually have a problem that you need to solve. And if they have a problem, one of the easiest ways to break that tension down is to greet them with a smile, introduce yourself, let them know who you are. Just part of the first step. Customer on the corner, that's one that I've had, is a repeat customer. The customer that I'm actually working on currently, repeat customer. Got a customer down the street there that we're about to go take care of in a little bit. That's another repeat customer. And all these customers were attained the same way, through relationship building, through out here actually doing the job. So the first step in the process is, how do you approach your customers? Are you greeting them with a smile like we always talk about? We know these customers are approaching us. They've already got a problem that they figure we can solve. And that's our job. We're here to service these customers. And the first step in doing that is being open and listening to what the customer has to say. What is the issue? What is your introduction like? Did you tell them your name and your business and what it is that you do special? At that point in time, it's time to stop and listen. Stop and listen. A lot of time, us as entrepreneurs, business people, and especially in lawn care, get in front of a customer the first time and we just tend to talk too much. So we need to practice that 80-20 proposition when we're dealing with, you know, the customers. And that means that we're listening 80% of the time, letting them talk 80% of the time. The other 20% of the time, we're talking and they're listening, because we're there to solve the problem. So that's step one in the process. Let's get that done. Now, step two in this process is going to be so important. This is where you're going to earn all your money at. So we're going to call this a building value phase of this process. That's, again, where we're listening
trying to understand the customer's needs and what they have. And the reason why it's so important is because you really can't move forward from this point unless you understand the needs of your customer. Because now we're getting ready to kind of formulate a price in our head, get all that stuff together. But if we haven't listened to what the customer had to say, then we're just shooting in the blind. You'll be able to tell what type of customer, how much money they're willing to pay on their yard from step 2. So it's important that you listen and take the time to take advantage of the opportunity to listen. Let's go. Step 3 is going to be the foundation, and this is where we're going to seal the deal. We need to make sure that we offer a solution that works for the customer. That offer solution, like I said, is going to be the foundation. You're going to be able to give the customer a solution. And when you do that, it makes the job even easier because now you're not selling to the customer. What have we done? We've taken in the information that the customer's given us and we just regurgitated it back to them and told them, hey, this is what we can do for you. We can give you everything that you ask for. So at that point, what reason would the customer have to tell you no? If you've listened, if you've greeted them, if you've offered a solution based on the information that you got from that customer, this thing's just about over with, man. You've done the job. That's a 3-step process. But don't forget, there's one more that we need to cover to make sure that we are getting repeat customers. Let's go. Now that you've gained a new customer, the job is not done, guys. We gotta make sure we follow through on the process. And there's a couple ways that you can approach this. You can wait until after the service is completed, or once you have the customer in front of you and you've already gained that agreement that, hey, you're going to be servicing their yard, whether it's every week, every 2 weeks. Now it's time to turn around and ask the questions, right? Now we want to say, hey, look, we appreciate you doing business with us. Hopefully you've enjoyed the service. We always want to make sure we have some kind of Google review available for the customer to go ahead and get us ranked in Google reviews, and that'll start to drive more business. And we also want to ask specifically and keep it just this simple. Mr. or Mrs. Such and Such, I know you enjoyed the service that we just provided for you, or that we're going to provide for you, and we want to know, are there 3 people that you know that would like to receive the same service that you've received? Now look, guys, we're not trying to close 3 new customers. Sometimes it does happen, but the opportunity is there, and we like to take advantage of air and opportunity on this channel. So with that being said, we want to make sure that if there's an opportunity for us to gain 1 client out of that one situation, then that's what we want to do. We want to make sure that we're asking for those referrals for new customers. You will be amazed at how many times that'll happen. Right now we're in March out here in South Louisiana, and if you're anywhere in the South, now is the time to get out and start working on this process. Starting a business is hard. Starting a lawn care business, man, is even harder. Man, you gotta have a process, and this is the process I use to level up my lawn care business. See you guys in the next one. Let's go.